Good night, good night, good night, people. Welcome to this another Saudichress Show. Tonight, I want to welcome with open arms, and what I will say to you just now, I will be going solo, and so that means I'm expecting a whole lot of information shared among all of us. All right, so I just want you to understand that, and for those persons who always come on here and just listen or watch, I'm just imploring you to participate tonight. Now we'll be looking at what has been going on in the world of sports, more so top sporting news in Jamaica. We want to look at that, and also we want to do a little viewing of what took place. Especially, we probably could have a debate or a discussion on the Alder Costa Cup All Manning, one game that has been eluded us for a number of years now, and it is back. All right, so welcome again to the Saudichress Show. Welcome to all our first-time viewers, and welcome to the family. If this is the first time you're joining us, I do ask that you subscribe, like, and share the Saudichress channel. This is the way that we'd grow, and by so doing, we are really expecting to have a very fruitful 2023, one that will see a lot of success, not just on the Saudichress Show, but all individual. I promise, and I hope that you will have the best year ever. If even with health or even wealth, because that's what most of us actually been working for. So again, people, as soon as you get on, hit the like button, and if this is the first time you're coming on, I also ask that you subscribe. All right. Well, so far, good night, Miss Ali. Thank you very much. All is well. How things on your side? Hearing loud and clear? And all right. Yes, we can have. I don't have much information, but for those who have, we can have that discussion too. So, as I'm saying, going solo, and we really want to talk sports right across the board. You know that we tend to go very long at times. Maybe tonight will be a very short version of the Saudichress Show. However, as long as you are up to it, as long as you have the zeal and the interest for us to discuss sports. Tonight, one number will be focusing on tonight for your calls, and the number is the 501-662 number. So tonight, the 423-58454 is out, so we'll just concentrate on 876-501-6625. So please call in and let us have the discussion. All right? So, where do we start? Mr. Lee, in the chat already, we can talk about Lenny get sacks. Well, Lenny, yes, based on what I have heard and seen on the news, Lenny Hyde and Chapelton Maroons have parted company. And so it's an interesting development where we have a former Reggae Boy head coach will be coming into the Chapelton Maroon, and we'll hear from, I'm sure, that we'll have persons calling us to give some valid information about that. Very interesting, what I have seen this year. And based on what I heard, money never be a problem or never be an issue with the Chapelton Maroons football club. So they will get their want. I don't think the window is up. They are shopping, I suppose, and they will be shopping. There are some very, to me, strange news surrounding that, but let's not leave that for later. Let's see where we start, and we're coming up from the weekend, people, and to look at some of the very highly anticipated sports games and results and news. So we'll take it right back from the 12th. That was Thursday, or I say Friday. So if we look at Thursday, people, on Thursday the 12th, when Joe Felix, he was actually representing Chelsea for the very first time. As you know that he, just a day before, he was actually sent on loan, or a loan deal between Chelsea and Athletic of Madrid. So unfortunately, they lost 2-1 to Fulham, and Joe Felix in his first game have seen a red card. People have seen 7 viewers so far. Thank you very much for joining. But please let me see 7 likes as well. Thank you as we go on. So the Chelsea fans, very, very heartwarming when we see our blue team. I'm clad in my blue, but don't take it for Chelsea. This blue is more so for Piba, right? So it's a Piba blue, not Chelsea. Okay, so the Chelsea fan, you can tune in to let we see what's happening, how you feel about that game and the other game over the weekend. We also seen where Ronaldo, the maestro, have left off the FIFA award list for this year. And I'm sure, without any doubt, and as expected, the wild boy, the man they call the maestro, Lionel Messi, actually tops that list. And they continue. We will get into more of that as we go along. So we're just looking at the headlines, so to speak, that I have here. Also, we have seen that Man City defender, what's his name again? Edward Mendy. Yes, Edward Mendy was found not guilty of sexual offences that was actually laid against him earlier, some time ago, and now he is free, man. Where will Mendy go? Will he be still at Man City? For those of you who follow that information, you could relay that to us. Let us know. Or maybe another club would be gladly to chalk him up in this transfer window, whether a full transfer or a loan deal. I don't think Man City miss Mendy based on what they have now, even though that man Cancelo who played left back, to me he's not a left back, but he has been doing well. He has done what Pep and his Man City coaching staff wanted him to do. All right. So again, people, continue to share with us. I've only seen Mr. Lee. Good night again, Mr. Lee. I don't know how much you know about that information that you wanted. All right. So again, just to touch on some moves, we're gonna talk sports, even though I am not the best of analysts, sports analysts, as it ranks across the board. I just watch, especially the NBA at the playoff stages, so can't speak much about that. But there's one news popping up on my radar as it relates to discussion and what went over the weekend prior to the weekend also, where Lakers, has lost to the Mavericks 119 to 115. All right, so that was also a bit of news coming out. We also seeing the charges of Argentina, over World Cup final celebration. We have known that. Also on this weekend, we have some very interesting athletics news as it relates to school athletics. It's gearing up now for the development meets in boys and the girls that will meet in the 2023 girls and boys champs. So far very interesting. I think Casey has dominated a particular event, or the track meet really, over the weekend. Edwin Allen, our beloved school, that's done well too. right? We'll have maybe somebody from the adrenaline track team who will give us a call and to give us a lowdown of what took place in these track meets. I think there were 2 track meets over the weekend where adrenaline attended, and so we'd love to hear what had happened. We know that many of us will be looking on the Premier League. Interestingly, on Saturday, I've seen some dramatic and scary results, I would say. And in the first game on Saturday morning, the early game, where Man City suffered another defeat. A defeat that, even when I've seen that equalizer coming through, would never believe the way I believe Man City had the game covered. But Manchester United, through their captain Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, who is on a very good run now, has secured the 3 points. I want to say big up to my brethren from Peabody, the man they call Blacks. Yeah man, big up yourself, Blacks. So if you're on the show, give you a call, we hear how you stay, give you your views on your Man United, especially the fact that, our other beloved team, or should I say, my team and my other friend Buppy, has been doing very well of going south in the table at Liverpool. Liverpool, as I mentioned, going south, were trash. Well trash by the Premier League minnows of the past. Brighton have taken 1 point from Liverpool in the first encounter. That was played at Anfield. And now they got Liverpool at their home and trashed them handsomely by 3-0. Something is happening, and we'll get deeper into that to see how far we can go as well. Southampton in the Premier League, I think they had a win over Everton, right? Yes, so Southampton and that very skillful dead ball specialist, the man they call James Ward-Prowse. Yes, he scored twice for Southampton. Very interesting. Another games, a whole lot of games that was played in the Premier League. We want to get into them as well. Chelsea bounced back to beat Palace 1-0. Good. So these are some very interesting. We will be mentioning other sporting events. Nobody watch local football anymore. You're so right, Mr. Lee. But I will get to that. In a little while as it relates to the local Premier League, and their thing. So we'll be getting to that, Mr. Lee. You know that as it relates to the football or the leagues, many of us, we really cling to what we look at as the EPL, the La Ligas, and so on. But yes, I have some bit of information as that. Dale, respect, man. Big up yourself, brother. What are you looking at like that, Dale? Come on, you're watching. Yes, all right. So, as it relates to the local Premier League, yes, Lee, I've not yet, I think I've watched 2 games, those games that were brought on TV, but not a lot to be honest, and I've not been following the entire season, so to speak, but actually we are actually in the, what would I say now, which match are we? I think we are in the 10th round, 10 of 26, yes. So the games yesterday, that was Sunday, Mullines United and Haverview, they were close. The game finished 0-0. And also we have Cavalier blank, or not just blank, but clip Portmore United by 2-1. Dombe Holding, interestingly, hit 4 past Arnett Gardens to win 4-2. And also we have Home Lions in the Clarendon Derby trash Chapelton Maroons 3 goals to 0. I don't know if that is the result that put the final nail in the coffin as it relates to the sacking of the best schoolboy coach right now in the island based on results and how his team play, the teacher Hyde. Montego Bay United, they continue to hit Falkland down the pick. I'm not sure if Falkland has won a game yet, so Bay United has a 1-0 win over Falkland. And today, what was it again? Today, I'm not seeing that result, but there was a game today with Mount Pleasant. But I will get to that, people. In a little while, we'll get to the Mount Pleasant game. I think Mount Pleasant has an early game today. And there should be a game going on TV at this time, Waterhouse versus Tivoli. That was a late game. So hopefully I will get a chance to check on those results. So that was the Premier League, or the JPL, Jamaica Premier League results from yesterday, people. So Mr. Lee, you hear that? Respect me some. Check. I mean, good morning, evening, my leaders. All right. And no, listen, you're a leader yourself, man. Big up yourself. All right. No, you stand tall in many ways than one. All right. So, since you had asked Mr. Lee, read the JPL, that was the results. So we get back to the different sports. We have seen the Sunshine Girls. Wow, interesting. They beat England to take the game series into the decider. So I guess it says 1-1 at this time. All right. Again, Forest beat Leicester. Boy, Leicester is having it hard this season. I don't know what's happening in the Premier League. And this is one of the reasons I believe, people, Premier League is one of the best leagues. If you don't turn up for your game, and I don't mean physically, but mentally and physically as well, if you don't prepare yourself and ready, any team will strike you off, no matter who you be or what you think you are. All right. So we mentioned earlier that there were track meets, and so Edwin Allen and KC dominate at the Douglas Forest Invitational Meet. All right. So KC, as you know, and Edwin Allen, two of the top teams in the country as it relates to boys and girls champs. So this Douglas Forest Invitational Meet at the GC Foster College in Spanish Town on Saturday, where Edwin Allen and KC dominated. We probably will get more into that. And over the weekend as well, yesterday to be exact, another interesting story that many of us probably would be following. Cricket, lovely cricket, but not the cricket that we have born in, where we see that big, exciting game that was planned and promoted by our own Darren Powell, where he has a Chris Gayle Legends versus a Brian Lara Legends. A T20 game. This game, as it says, that Chris Gayle stands on the field, just to see how things are going in that game. So the Chris Gayle led 11 defeated Brian Lara's 11 by 11 runs in front of a very packed Treasure Beach Sports Park in St. Elizabeth. And we realized that this would have brought some life into cricket back there in the South Coast. More so, I guess many persons from around the country and probably in the Caribbean would have made their way to Treasure Beach Park to see that game. Some very interesting thing took place in that game though. Where, yes, Gayle, I think he scored an half century. And that would have led to the victory. He led, how much did it made again? I think, no. Did he? All right, so, let me get some clearer information. Yes, so Chris Gayle I'm at 6 4s and 2 6s in a 37 ball 42. So he never really make the half century. As his team posted 156 for 6 off their allotted 20. So Gail and Carl Wright, you see those names, man? Real champions of cricket in Jamaica. So they put on a 54-run partnership from 50 balls, and when Gail was dismissed at that point. But of course, before his dismissal, he people I don't understand. I'm sorry I never watched this game. But the information is that before Gail was dismissed, he was bowled twice. First by a left arm spinner, Nikita Milan, then by a left arm seamer, Krishmara Santoka. Both times, the umpire signal a no ball. People, somebody have to help me with this one. Hey, listen to me, man. What is happening or what had happened in that game? All right, let me take some chatting in the chat. Yes, Tariq Robinson, the man Gibbs. Good evening to the show. I am here, bro. Respect, man. Happy to be here. Thank you very much. Good evening to the Saudichress family. That's coming from Leo Face. I mean, Leo, long time in a year jumping at the show. All right, Mr. Donaldson, the man they call Butty. Good night, viewers. Good night, Butty. Big up yourself. Gregory Messam. So, Marlene Samuel never invited. Oh, my Lord. Marlon. Oh, thank you very much for your correction, Gregory. Well, I'm not sure. I never get into that part, and maybe we'll get some more information. So, Leo Fia saying Carl Wright, aka Kung Kang, the big bat Kung Kang. Yes, boss. So, I don't know, anybody on the show who watch the game or get any closer information, people remember again, hit the like button, man. Don't just sit and watch. Hit the like button. You're finding time to type. I want to see the likes growing. Thank you very much. And also, you can share it with your other friends and family. They can join in because this show, always take the president to go well over an hour. So let's see what we have enough time. And so on. But I want to continue on this cricket thing because, I believe it would have given the fans here a little light of excitement to see in the star Brian Lara. Never know that Brian Lara would have been able to negotiate, especially quick bowling at this time, regardless of the age of the bowlers or the strength. But knowingly, in his last days playing competitive cricket, he had eye problems. But that's how it was. Once you're a great man, it seems like you can knock this ball right around, whether you're blind or you can't see. I guess his bat is broad, eh? If blind people playing cricket, where Brian Lara, who is still able to see, can play the world's greatest batsman we have ever seen, in my estimation. Big up yourself, Brian. Anyway, you're there. All right, so I was asking the question. Gail was bowled twice. Off no balls. One from Nikita Miller and the other from Santoki. People don't really believe that there was no ball. But guess what? The people them come out to see Gail and Lara. How you think that referee umpires are going to allow them man if you're cheap or too quick? No, sir. Believe that. Sir Sadi, remember Sir Kunkang run out of the Piba 11 at the honoring of Courtney. You sure, Spy? All right. We'll take that out. Give us some more information, man. And Kunkak running away. All right. So, yes, as I say, the people them come out for Sigila and Lara. Not the umpire. Or not the bowlers. So, the truth is, I can imagine Gail was bowled for 2 runs. A lot of people would walk out of the ground. Hey. So yes, Sir Leo, yes, Gail team made 160 plus and Lara team made 140. Class is permanent, hence all will forever shine at my age. Hey, Bridget, hey, listen to me now, man. Listen to me now. You better stop it, Leo. but at your age. You don't reach no age yet for you talk about at your age, brother. You know, just retire from cricket. Now should I say the game retire left you? You don't reach them stage yet, but you have to wait till you reach my age, my boss. You talk about retirement. Alright? Alright, so people, the other side of the coin too, Brian Lara was also bowled with a no ball. Or with no balls. Was it 2 no balls? Yes, so they're saying that Lara was caught by Damian Banks at the start of the 19th over. You hear that? Wow. The start of the 19th over, the umpire signaled a no ball, but Lara walked despite the reprieve. You know, Lara always walk, right? So, Darren Lee was the best bowler of the Gears 11 with 2 for 31 from his 4 overs. So, Lara always walk, you know, regardless if he say what up, but once him get a tick, you know, but unfortunately it was a no ball then. Alright? So, you know, people, the 2 stars of the game had some fun to it, some excitement, some, what would I say, controversials, especially with one man being bowled twice from no ball. And yes, it was twice, you know. Lara got bowled. I think what I've heard prior to this was that he was clean bowled off a no ball first. But he was very cheap then, and something like 11. Umpire couldn't allow that to stand, man. You mad? Wow. So yes, that people. That cricket festival was organized by Darren Powell, a former West Indies and Jamaica fast bowler. You know, Darren Powell is also a politician too, you know. Yeah, man. So, big boy down at St. Elizabeth. Pick up yourself, Darren. Hope to see many more of this type of cricket, and which you extend that whole mission of it as well. Alright, so we also want to look people at the combine, you know, the combined which will take place at Mount Pleasant on January 28th. Yes, January 28th or January 20 to 28th. So before I go further, I just want to read this little part of it. Big up yourself, big up Mount Pleasant, big up Mr. Vanny Clark, and I also want to big up Miss Stewart down there from Mount Pleasant. Alright, so it says that if you want to play for an elite international football club, big question, who wouldn't want to? Having those aspirant dreams of playing internationally. So, this is your chance to get recruited. Alright, Generation Next and the Mount Pleasant Academy invite you to participate in that combined scholarship or trials that will take place on January 20 at the Mount Pleasant football field, or the Mount Pleasant Academy, so to speak, people. So it is, of course, it's a player's identification, so you must come out and help yourself. We all know that these things has a very positive impact on youth development. So please get yourself ready. If you want to sponsor a player, a son or a daughter, and these ages athletes are from what was it again? Ages from 13 to 24. Alright, so regardless, and again, it's girls or boys, people. It's girls or boys. If you know anybody, if you have persons who you sponsor, you can assist them there. So again, said it's an open thing. If you can, high schools, college, university, wherever you are from, if you're even from a local club, once you fit into that category, that age category 13 to 24. All right. So that's where the category stands. So no matter, you don't have to be in high school. All right. So there's a registration fee. Again, just before I reach registration fee, you can come in from a semi-pro or a pro club. All right. So regardless of where you are in the country playing football, you can. So there's a registration fee of £40. All right. Of £40, and you can register online. All right. You register online at Mount Pleasant Academy, or at Mount Pleasant Academy, say with it. If you look at the screen, if you are able to see it, I will push it across very wide in a little while so you can see it, people. But please do remember that it is not just for high school students. All right. It also for persons going to colleges or university. So there you go. Let me take myself out of it for a little while. All right, so that's the Mount Pleasant and Generation Next combined. I want to really give a big thank you to the Mount Pleasant family. They have awarded the Saudichress Show one free spot to this trials or thing. So the Saudichress Show can decide or will be deciding on the player which they will sponsor to go to that festival or combined thing there. So again, I want to say thank you to Mount Pleasant. Yes, big up, and to Miss Peter Gay Stewart, who I believe is the marketing department manager, if I should say, at the Mount Pleasant Academy. So again, Miss Peter Gay Stewart, if you are here, you could give us a call or say something in the chat to let the people know who you are and to say something more about this. Hopefully on Friday, we will get a later, or should I say the latest information or update on the combine that will take place down there at Mount Pleasant. So Mount Pleasant and Mr. Clark, well done. I'm expecting to see a very good show. I'll be there streaming live as well. So if you look at the lower end of the flyer, you will see how to register. It's www.mountpleasantacademy. All right. And please, people, as I said before, the deadline is January 18. So today is the 16. So you know, so the 18 is 2 days from now. All right. So again, Mount Pleasant Academy, ja.org. That's the email address. Again, not the email, sorry. You visit their website to register at www.mountpleasantacademyja.org. All right, people. So I will say again, it will be a very, very good one. I'm expecting that a lot of persons would be coming out. A lot of persons will be coming out. So in that, I want you to take yourself there if you are on the local side. And if you are not, I will tell you, I can encourage you to visit the Saudichress Show or the Saudichress YouTube channel, and you will get live streaming of what's happening at the Mount Pleasant and Generation Next combine. All right. So that's it. So take back another few from the chat. Leo Fee said, yeah man, Mesam, right, Kung Kang played in the FIBA football event. But did he run off the field though? That's what I don't remember. I remember seeing Hey. What's your take on the CC versus JC All-Star game last Saturday? All right, so let's look at that then. And are you asking me, Leo, my take? All right, so let me ask you though. It's not just my take. I want you to call in and give me your piece, Leo, or anybody else you want to look at it. I never watched the game live. I watched the replay last night, so to speak. And the game itself, I'm not going to follow you, Leo, and saying it's CC versus JC. No. I think there were 5 CC players in the starting 11. And so that's less than 50%, right? You and many other persons, yes, we also understand. And I have a sort of feeling as well, Leo. Because we believe that more schools should have been represented. Yes, but the fact of the matter, this sort of selection has been going on for years. Long time. Before me and you probably were born. Right? But guess what happened? What I don't have a problem with, the numbers per se, I really don't have a problem with it. Why? Why, people? Clarendon College, in my view, and probably all of us who are talking, all right? Clarendon College, in my view, was the best schoolboy football team in the country. Still the best. They dominated the Doncaster Cup. Not just by team, but the players dominated the Doncaster Cup. And because they dominated the Doncaster Cup, they are the best players. I mean, take it or leave it. Can you compare now and look at player like the captain, for argument, for CC? Which other player in Doncaster Cup would you fit in? But we can go on and on like that. So I do understand your point, but the fact of the matter is that is the team that dominates the football. All right? Kim on with it. Good night. Good night, my niece. I mean, thank you very much for joining the Saudichress Show. I hope you continue to share with us. And I must say, people, Kimon is a CC past student, you know, so. Kimon, big up yourself. I want you to come talk a little about the CC together. Because the people are look out for you and your team. Leo Face, 5 CC players kick penalties. Wow. That too, Leo, is sort of bias, yes. But remember, the coach probably have the confidence in these players because he had them right through from last year and so on. He knows the players. So again, it's a sense of bias. I'm not lie. Yes, it's a sense of bias. But tell me, Leo, you as a coach of, and I'm going to call our name because we are Edwin Allen. If it was the Edwin Allen coach, Tafari Burton, would you believe or would you not believe Taffy would have selected a lot of players from Edwin Allen being the champion of the Doncaster Cup? Tell me about that. If you don't want to say Tafari, tell me about you as a coach. I am sure if I have that team that Clarendon College had this or last year, I can tell you, boss, nobody can complain. A matter of fact, yes, they can complain. But you can't outbeat. You can't win me. You cannot debate the fact that they are the best team, the best players in the competition. Again, I think he should have shared the penalty kicks. You know, especially the fact that all those 5 players played. He could have given other persons a chance. But that's the nature of it. Good thing about it, all they win. If they never win, it's another story. All right, where said me Sam? Where did I go, my boss? The lifeline is Thursday. What lifeline, me Sam? Clear up that for me now, please, and thanks. Yes. All right. They are really the best team in the schoolboy bar without a doubt. Yeah, man. Me understand. And Leo, listen, I'm not fight against what you're saying or what other people think. Again, it said all the Doncaster Cup. So you'd have, thought that more people, more youth from a wider spread, so to speak. But if you should compare, as me say, the players that played and so on, probably there would be little or no argument over that. All right? The game itself, what I saw last night, though, I think both teams had the opportunity later on to win that game in regular time. They had the opportunity to win the game in regular time. But you know what I believe? The way the game went, there was not really a sort of hardcore competitive. I think people allow, especially in the attacking third of both teams, the defenders allow the forward to do much more than what they should have done. Yes, they gave them a lot of space in both teams. I see Richards, got a lot of space. If you look at the goals that the goal he scored, I mean, trust me, the defenders, yes, they were all over the park, but that very first defender who actually slipped let the ball pass, he was just jogging. I mean, it was just so. It was like the script. It was written like that for goals to be scored. So maybe if Clarendon College have gone 3-2 up, in the last minute, as you say, JC probably would have gone 3-3. That's for you, Leo. But in the real state of it, if the Aldercosta Cup would have scored that last late winner, maybe the Almanin would have equalized too. Because maybe both teams or the organizers say, hey, we want to see goals. It's an excitement. This is the last showdown for schoolboy football. So funny, not true? It's funny, people, that the way it went, But again, the major disappointment is that these players would have been the best players in the leagues, Manning Cup and Doncaster Cup. And we have seen some very poor penalties. 50% of the penalties were scored. 50%. So conversion rate in penalty shootout 50%, that's poor. Very, very poor. So, I mean, that was very disappointing to me. And I hope that this case will go to rest as soon as we really come up with that conclusion where people agree or disagree to agree, if you want to put it that way. That is sports, And when you have sports people, you will have this sort of discussion, you will have this sort of entertainment, you will have people disagreeing, you have people agreeing, but sometimes we have to just understand. We have to just take it and say, all right, that's it. That's the nature of it. That is sports. When a national team is picked, you hear people say, are they wrong set of players or that the player shouldn't be? Why they leave out this play? So listen, in every level, you will have that say. All right? Again, that you were saying, Leo, it's just hard to accept 5 players from the same school kicking penalties. We cannot develop youth with such obvious bias. Leo, you think all the Costa Cup Alman is there for development? I don't think so. Trust me, that is just for entertainment, brother. No farmer development would have come from all the Costa Cup Almaning. Oh. Because one of the things, when you look at it, Leo, you probably realize that most players, let me not say most players, because those Clarendon College players, I think a lot of them have another year or two. But the older age players, those who probably have the last year, probably are in the squad. No development in Almaning. Trust me, I don't believe that. And I beg to be corrected. I beg, we can have this debate, but you cannot have a country and just picked up a match, just a pick up on a one-half match and think it is development. No, sir. The development, I believe, should have been in the Doncaster Cup. Again, unfortunately, and I will say this without any apology, the Doncaster Cup and Manning Cup, as it relates to development football or footballers in school, it is not development football anymore. It is a win-win situation. Anybody want to take me on that? We can have that. Trust me. All right. Yes, Gibbs. The game wasn't all that exciting. I am happy the Aldercosta Cup won. That's all we have to do. We are D Cup people. And for those of you who supported Manning Cup or Manning Cup teams, tough luck. You probably will go next year. I have to do a research to see which teams won the most. Is it the Aldercosta or the Almannings? I'm going to check that out shortly and we can have a little chit chat on that. Yes, Gibbs. All right, that gives. But let me go through to Mr. Lee. You have Lenny number. Give him a quick call. Yes, Lee. I have his number, but I don't think I'll call him just now. I wouldn't call him like that quick on the show. We'd have to have previous communication or agreement. So I can't just call him and say you're alive and no. But what I'll do, sir, I will try my very best to get through to have another conversation with Lenny over the next couple of days and to see if I can get him on this show. He has promised though, Lenny, Teacher Hyde, has promised to come on this Saudichress show. Somehow, it just not materialized yet. So, never too late for a show of rain, and it never too late to get Lenny here. Alright, good. Every football played at schoolboy level is a form of development in my book. I know for sure some of the kids are playing at the National Stadium for the first time. So Leah, really and truly, in your book, you probably have to go try sell out the book the fast before you can sell no more. Because look into it, Leo, the Costa Cup. Alright, let's take Edwin Allen. I don't call no other school name. I call Femi school name. You can tell me that at Edwin Allen, the Costa Cup is used to develop football in the school. And if Coach Burton is online, or if anybody can get him, and I would like for him to come and give you a talk. He's the closest coach to it. I don't think the Costa Cup or Manning Cup is for development in school anymore. It may be the development for clubs or for national teams, but not for the school. It's win at all costs. If you check these teams, Leo, most teams make, let me get it right. Each team in the Costa Cup and Manning Cup competition is given 5 or 7 changes. Stand for correction. But let me work with 5 changes. And I think it is 7. Check how many teams make the maximum changes during a game. Anyhow it was for development, every or almost every team would have used up all the substitutes. So everybody get a chance to play. No, it's not like that. People want to win. I've seen our team. I've seen Coach Taffy played games, having the better of the games, and probably only make 2 change. I have 5. I've seen Teacher Hyde having the better of games and make 1 change in a match, or probably 2. If it was for development, every single substitute or substitution would have made. Not for development, boss. Trust me upon that. Yes, they played at the National Stadium for the first time, given that opportunity. But National Stadium now have nothing for the development, brother. Alright? That's my thing. Mr. Leo, good evening. Top gaffer in flight to the States. Send him that request on Wednesday. Hello? Alright. Well, so which one I gaffer? Which gaffer you thought, Mr. I want you use up all the names in the bridging. I don't want you left nothing starting. Alright? Gibbs, playing time is a part of development, Sadi, especially at that level with the exposure involved. Yes, Gibbs. So, alright, let's go back to my point, Gibbs. You say playing time is a part of development. But if it is using for development, almost every player would have gotten a chance to play. There are some teams, especially in the Costa Cup, that players who sit on the bench has never played throughout the competition. And if they do get a game, they don't get probably more than 1-2 minutes in a one game. That's what me sure, I tell you that straight. So, if you are saying that playing time is development, I agree. But that is not what is happening. It's not happening, Gibbs. Trust me. Alright? Leo Face is saying that, Sadi, we all know schoolboy football is about winning. But when you look at it, your development. You're developing some of the youths, even if it is putting them in a pressure situation to gain experience. Leo, all of what you say, I give some strength to my point, What you just said, giving me more strength to my point, Leo. Trust me upon that. I can tell you that because listen, again, what you say, listen to what you say. You are actually saying that the players, the young players that you put in pressure situation, all right, would have actually given them experience. Again, let me ask you the question, or ask generally. How many of these young players who started out as substitutes or, inexperienced got a chance to get that pressure situation? And I'm saying to you people, I've seen it where teams only make or made 3 changes in a game when they have a maximum of 7. Check it out. So how could that level of football being development? It should, because if you give the team a chance to make 7 substitutes, it's the opportunity that 7 players play. But no, that's not the case, sir. All right? Okay. J.S. Leo Barnes. Leo Face himself. Good night, sir. You're live on the Saudichress Show.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. What's your take?
Sorry, I'm not disputing schoolboy football is mostly about winning. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm talking about developing a youth, every time they get to play is developing that. Right? So I'm talking about it from the youth perspective, not the school. Yes, so when you put a youth kick a penalty to France at the national stadium, like I said on the first side, now he's getting experience from that. You get me? So that is part of developing the youth.
All right. And I what I'm saying, I agree with you, But the reason what I say to you and what you just say again, Leo, may I tell you, you give my argument strength. Saying that to say, you give the youth the opportunity, our youth the opportunity to take penalties or to get pressure, don't it? So then develop the whole mindset, mental capacity are built up if work with pressure and to do things. Wrong or am I right?
You're right, that's again experience.
Yes. But look at this, what I am saying now, Leo. When you have a squad of 20 players, and throughout a competition where carry you through 19 or 20 games in that competition, I'm talking carry to finals on every team reach. But you only have from that squad 14 of those players or 15 of those players who have played more than a hour of football throughout the year. When you have when the opportunity is given for players to get match time or game time.
Sorry, if you are good enough, right? Every player will get playing time from 1 to 20 if you are good enough. Let me explain how.
Yes.
No, you have players, remember, it's an age based competition. So you have the more senior players who are good enough going to get majority of the playing time when they are at their senior level, when they're 17, 18. Right? No, you have talents coming up at 14, 15, 16, going to be put in the same position as well. So you're developing the older sets to move them on, and then when the younger set come up, you do the same for them. So it's a transition. So the school is not focusing on just developing and mostly developing youth, and the school is focusing on winning, right? But the youth are getting development when they play.
But this is what I am saying to you, Leo. if you're talking about development, Bridget, it can't be 3 or 4 players. All right, let me show you what happened. Let me explain. Let me put a little more light to what I am saying. The match card for a game is 9. I think it's 19 players go on the match card. All right. If it is not 19, it is 20. But let's use 19. 19 players on the match card. 11 starts. So we have 8 leave, right? But the team and the competition give you 7 changes. And there are teams that are leading games and managing games over 75 minutes, 80 minutes, and still only make 2 changes at the end of the match. So the purpose of development that we believe, it is not there.
I wouldn't say it's not there.
It's more of winning.
Enough emphasis is not put. It's not enough emphasis is not put on it.
It's more of winning.
And then the fact is because the priority is winning, and you have only maybe a coach and make only 2 or 3 changes. But the younger youths who are on the bench who didn't get any game last season, now they will be put in the limelight to get game time and more game time now the next season.
Big man, development, if you talk about development, who you expect to play next year should not get some game this year. Climatize them. That's where the development is. So next year.
Alright. You think you have a team? Where you play enter the Cup season that went to second round. Who have a player who did not get not even 1 minute. Not saying a minute I'm gonna develop a player, no. I'm just saying a minute will give you a minute experience at least.
Yes, Leo.
Really?
Yes, Leo. Trust me. Trust me, Leo.
I don't know if you have gives maybe can't remember, but I can't remember us playing 90s. There is any one player on the team in that squad who never get not even a minute of playing them.
You get what I'm saying? No. But I'm telling you no, because in my days, 1990, I never have the skills or the talent to make that Dakasta Cup 1990 at Adrenaline. But I changed maybe about 3 matches in the whole season. Me change. Why? Me change because players were out injured. And could just give a jersey and we put on jersey. So listen.
So you get experience on the bench.
Well on. And by virtue of me going on the bench, I got a game. So this is what I am saying. Remember now, me worse than a fringe player now, But yet still, I got a substituted game. Me never in the mix any at all for the Costa Cup. But this is what I am saying. So so this is what you call development. This is what you call development.
You know when you got a substitute game?
Yes.
Because the coach had plans for you for the next season.
So then that you call development, boss?
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's an age-based competition. So you're going to have kids moving on, and you have young kids coming up. Now they're going to get game time and more experience, and now they're going to start with fast.
Leo.
So even though it's based mostly on winning, it is still a form of development.
It should be a form of development. Me I go use it should.
It shouldn't be, but this is the reality. Everybody want to win. Everybody want to win. And when you have some parts in the association, I spend them big money, and then you realize, you lead a game 2-0, and you take off your big players and your star players, then I think give some youth experience to develop them, and you end up drawing the game 2-all and lose 3-2, then, people are going to head.
All right, let me tell you, I don't have a problem, saying that you want to win at the Dakasta Cup. Me have no problem with that. As I am saying to you, because you make mention of development, may I say to you that the Costa Cup and Manning Cup this time, in the past couple of years, is not seen as development. It's not been taken by schools or by teams as development. That's what I was saying.
You're right. I don't think you're wrong. To be honest, but I was just making mere reference about the experience where the youth them get the stadium the other day with five kind of college players and kicking all these things. You can have a squeeze an next youth in from another school and just give you that pressure experience.
Yes. That's true. And as me say, all of those points are valid, Leo. We just, it's a matter of debating and how we see things and so on. Well, Leo, let me take a few in the chat before them go past me. Gregory Messam, thanks, Sir Sadi. It's an all-star 1-2 day event. A half-day event, sorry. Spot on, Mr. Sir Principal. The development would be during the pre-season leading into the start of the season. All right, Gregory, you see what I'm saying? Hey, deal, me none of them only for eyes with you. Me know your eye them big, my one are small. So thank you very much. Say what you have to say. I can't read your eyes, sir. All right, Dunga. Gregory Messam. Sir Serpent is a comprehension writing. Oh, I can't manage a youth. Sir, you have to subscribe to get Sir Celebrity. All right, we're going to ask him to do that. Gregory Messam again. Sir Sadi, do you realize I answer immediately after Sir Lee asked the question? Sir Sadi, go on your bed or put on your reading glasses. Me have it on now, sir. So me now go on my bed, alright? Thank you very much. I'm up and well. Not going to any bed, Sir Spy. Alright, so yes, Leo, back to you now. What's your take? What's your full take on the Doncaster Cup All-Manning game?
I mean, the game was kind of poor, if you ask me. I was expecting better qualities based on the fact, you're picking some of the better players than from the school.
Okay.
But I guess, at an all-star game, you have you have to have enough competitive edge.
Yes.
And that may contribute to the game. But all in all, I'm glad all the Costa win, all CC win.
Oh boy, I tell you, that boy that say you're so nice. Yes, so in some part the game.
One side before one thing I was kind of disappointed. The Glenworth captain, I think his name is Messam, I forget his first name.
Yes.
I was really disappointed he wasn't in his first squad. I think he got called up to somebody. Somebody was available.
Yes.
I think that kid with very talent.
Yeah, that is true. There are some, as I say, there was a lot of discrepancies in the selection. I am not too comfortable with it though, as me say. Not because I am saying that, the CCT, because when you look at it, that's what I took comfort in, that the fact that this team was really good. I never really bashed the selection, so to speak. But I have my doubts, I have my issues with it, but still live with it because of how the nature of the football play. The other big problem I see in the game, I don't know how and why. Listen, for the life of me, understanding football or even want to play football, maybe it's just an opportunity to give him. How comes Clayton Peck played left back?
I have no idea. I was surprised when I saw him left back. When I heard he played left back before, I guess he was the one maybe offer himself to play left back. I didn't ask him about it.
But
when I heard he played left back,
the Doncaster Cup best left back was in the squad,
Exactly. But maybe it's just a game because maybe that was maybe the only position I think that fit him in and then take him out and put him national left back.
But what I'm saying, I am happy that he got game. But big man, I still don't believe in this sort of thing. If you're playing a team, you're playing a team. It shouldn't be, so to speak, because you want to give Clayton Peck a game, you play him at a left back position. No, sir. That detrimental to the youth game. May I tell you, I know Lenny know youth. Yes. Play against him a couple times. What, 3 times in the competition? And probably has created a little damage. But guess what?
He did well for himself, though, to be honest with you.
Eh?
He did well for himself at left back, to be honest with you.
Yes, because he's a footballer. But I mean, what if you listen to the commentators, what they expect from Clayton Peck, he wouldn't be able to do that. Wouldn't be able to get that opportunity to get in that sort of attacking role, because the formation using left back wasn't a attacking left back formation, eh? Not like the left backs were flowing high, so you'd have nice, it's an attacking. No, sir. We think that was a low blow there. I think that.
That's what it is.
Anyway,
Mr. Sadi, I'm going to run it.
Respect, Leo. Thanks very much for the call, man.
Maximum respect.
All right, respect, boss. Thank you. That's Leo Face, the PRO for the PIBA Foundation. I mean, 6 balls. I think you put up 5, brother. I want to go on. Late check. Yeah, man. I know you have come in, trust me. 1, 2, 3, Mr. Lee. At Leo with the face. Again, Sir Dunga. Before the Brazil Dunga. Say Brazil Dunga, I'm getting name from RR. Trust me, take it. Yeah, man, other Dunga I'm getting name from. And I try run down number 8 and all them something there. Alright, RR, man, ever present, ever sure. Man, I'm Mr. Lee, part of the Saudichress team. Yes, so, again, anybody else, your views on the RD All Manning competition, you could voice your opinion or share in the chat. Let me continue to have that discussion. Alright, so let's look at a big news in Jamaican football, the JPL, the Jamaica Premier League, where Chapelton Maroon and Teacher Hyde has parted company, and this is the first casualty in the Premier League as it relates to a coach being fired. So people, I don't know, our good friend maybe could give us a few information in. I am sure that I don't see him in the program. I know he must stay far. I try to be professional, but I never call him name still. But give me a text and give me some information, my boss, so I can relate to the people. Alright? Trying to get a score line for the late game tonight. That was Waterhouse versus Tivoli Garden, Monday night game. Waterhouse, Tivoli Garden. Let me see what happened in that game. Still no news. Still no news coming out of that game. So people, if you're watching or listening or have information on the score, please let us know. It was 2 games that scheduled for today, right? We have Tivoli and Waterhouse that should be playing at 7:30, and earlier Mount Pleasant should have played Jamalco in the early kickoff. Alright, so yes, Tariq, what you say? Both you and Leo expressed some good points. That is, thank you very much, man. Yeah, man. Leo, a good youth, man. Leo know football. But that's the nature of it, Gibbs. The truth of the matter is, in our time playing the Costa Cup, when we just started, when we get our first little bus, Mesam can tell you about that too. Most people, some people who go in at this team for the very first time and make it. Unlike me, we have to work very, very, very hard. Yeah, man, have to work hard, man, to get a chance to, to do our thing. Now, Chelsea. I don't see any Chelsea fan in here, so I'm going to leave out. I don't see my Virgin Boopy not taking up this thing here, but people, I have to make mention of this. I spoke about it some weeks ago as it relates to, the mania and the poor performance from Liverpool. And again, Liverpool is my team. I don't really chat football in a particular way, but on this channel, I'm open to speak the game because I talk it like how I see it. It's no personal issues. I don't have. Listen, it's like how some people vex and chatter like all Liverpool get in 3-love now. You not hear them. No man, that don't have no impact on me, boss. I watch a game. I may be upset of how it goes during the game, but as soon as that whistle blow, win, lose or draw, me gone back to my regular life. That's me. I'm not so passionate of a team, and that's why I believe I could. Just like how I am supporting Enunalin. But I'm not going to get too excited or too downhearted when they lose. No, man. Life continues. I leave that to the coach and the players. I feel them forget downhearted, not me. I'm a fan. And you have to know that you can't win all the games and you can't be good all the time. But, as it says that, Liverpool, to me, is doing well. Trending south. Doing very well. Trending south. Yes, RR. We say we never walk alone. You see, like we walk alone now. Hey, listen me now, man. What are the drama thing about this, Bridget? I think I see some people put out some things on social media, and I don't remember where I saw it, if it is in our group or somewhere else, but I saw they put out something like a big tank with Liverpool logo on it and a little trailer on it. And they are saying, I think I said me something, if you see what Manny was bearing all the time. Funny. I like those drama coming out after the games, I like to see when your people put up the little thing, the man get kick out teeth and all that thing. I enjoy those aspects of it. But I think people that the way Liverpool are playing now and the way football teams and clubs operate, I can't understand how Mr. Klopp still hold his position as coach. Never mind. If he is good, he is good. I mean, I'm going to kill him, but I think that based on what I am seeing now, people, I think the coach have a lot to do with it. I think the coach is not controlling the dressing room like how it used to be. Something is wrong within that. One thing that I know is wrong, that midfield they have is too ageable. They are weak. They are not strong. They are tired. You can't play heavy metal football consistently for 6 years. Klopp, you should know that, Klopp. I'm going to share something. I don't know if a lot of you people know this. Liverpool fans at this time maybe don't want to hear these things, but listen to me. Every team that Klopp coach, his 7th season always be a failure. I'm not going to say much on that, so you do your research and get back to me. Every team that Jurgen Klopp has coached, whether he won the leagues or he has been successful in developing, has him good like that, His 7th season always end up a failure. Then again, Chelsea walking the same rough road. Yes, man. Chelsea and Liverpool having it out, brother. These are two teams that we expected to have finished in the top 4. Not just as fans, but if you even ask the Gunners right now, prior to now, they believe that Chelsea and Liverpool would have been in the top 4. A matter of fact, even after 2 games, I don't know if any Arsenal fan in here believe Arsenal would have been where they are now. Right? Based on history and so on. But that is the reality. That's how football is. And that's why I love the EPL people. You have to be on top of your game to get the sort of results that expected. People, continue to hit the like buttons. If you are just joining us, please remember to subscribe. And if you are there right now, hit the like button, man. We have more than the amount of likes that I'm seeing, and we have far more people on the chat. So hit the like button and let's continue. Alright, so again, let me take the time out to say thank you and a big up to our sponsors. Our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, are, with sponsors. PIBA, the mighty PIBA, the Past Adrenaline Ballers Association. Those people who make it possible for the good old Compre football team to be so successful at this point. So we really want to big up PIBA. We want to say maximum respect to every PIBA member and the work that you are being doing. So big up yourself, PIBA, and so on. I also want to say thank you to Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System coming out of New York, run by Trevor Wittick and also Arville Smalling. Alright, so big up yourself there. I want to say Deja Vu Retro Party, the man they call Short Boss, the man who run all of the party in Summerfield. Big time, big up yourself. Dallas Fine Cut Barbering coming out of California. Yes, big up yourself, Dallas and the crew. We also want to big up Taste of the Island Restaurant coming out of St. Petersburg. Yes, managed and owned by Leo Packer Anderson. Yes, Solid Rock Black Factory. The man they call Bro Wazim Thomas, managed and owned that particular business there in Maypen. We also want to say thank you to Gregory Mason. Thank you to Conway Basil Gale. We want to continue to say that. We also have Satisfaction Entertainment and Electronics from Ochiroyas people. There are so many VIP services coming out of Colorado, and we have many other prospective sponsors. I want to take the time out again to big up Mr. Lee and RR. These are two persons who are always here and continue to assist with the chat, especially calling down the likes from you people. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You have been doing well. Of course, you will help us to grow. And so right now, people, they are a part of the show. In a little while, you'll see them on screen making us as co-host. I can tell you. We want to take the time out again to big up Mr. Lee and his Cubans. Yes, Cubans are always here, and so on and so forth. All right, so big up yourself, man. All I know, you don't know enough respect. All right, RR, what you say? Yes, Liverpool, I swear no. I love that. Liverpool play way more match than any other team. What do you mean? In this competition, this year or last year? If it is last year, I understand. But everybody know that. What is the solutions to this problem? RR, the coach and the management team must know that. RR, Gunners deserve a bit of feel-good feelings. Hey, listen, me no RR, no take this thing joke, me no know if you're Gunner, you're a Liverpool fan, brother. But Liverpool, Arsenal, a few weeks ago I crowned them champion. And I continue to say that. I don't know which team will catch them back because every team will lose point or will lose point or drop points. But Arsenal have set themselves well ahead, which will give them some, some little play area to work with. All right? RR again, under 17 tournament. Sorry, how many man of the on the ground in the team? All right. I must say to you, RR, that I think right now there are approximately 30 players on camp, and based on what I heard today, if my memory serves me right, from the few questions and the answers at the press conference today, yes. So there was a press conference today with the under-17 coach and assistant coaches. Yes, so there are about, I think there's approximately 30 players in camp, and there are 10 overseas players. Or should I say players that are living and playing overseas. That 10 is not necessarily there, but there are 2 out of the 10 who are not yet here, but they are waiting on paperwork, passport, and all of that. And based on the information that we got, those players are very good players. There's this one player, I don't remember the name either. He's playing with Rangers, coming out of Rangers. So you can imagine him playing with Rangers and not just in this squad. I believe he's getting playing time. So I believe, they are roughly right now. I think there are at least 20 local based players in the squad right now. Remember, the squad will actually cut to 20 at the end of the month, right? So it's a 20-man squad that they will bring to Guatemala. So as it is, we don't sure who will be, the last 20, so to speak. I'm not sure if 10 of the 20 that are here will cut and the other 10 in. Not sure, but you know that the coach can let out everything, right? So Gregory Messam this time. About the under 17 Sir Sadi, what about our Lily? Our Lily who? Our little youth? Alright, I soon touch that Messam. Give me a chance. I'm gonna get back on that. Alright. I get your Messam. So RR need to get the boss on the podcast, Sir Tutu Reynolds. Alright, sir. I am sure that I will get either Sir Tutu or Sir Gordon, Sir Meran before they go off to Guatemala. One of them will come and speak to us before they go. And so looking forward to that. They will leave, I think, on the 8th. They will leave before the 8th of February. I think the 4th or something like that. The commission starts, I think, on the 8th. But I think they will leave on the 4th of February to Guatemala. And if you remember, Coach Gordon said that he will definitely be back at the end of the camp to come and speak to us. All right? So Gregory Messam is asking, what about the little general from Celebrity Camp? Does he make the cut? No, Messam. I don't remember the full name of the player, but I think his surname is Hamilton. Stand for correction as well. He is not a part of the training squad now. He's not a part of the training squad now, so he doesn't make it past the second camp, so to speak, or make it to the second camp. All right, so if that answers your question, maybe. Yeah, so he has not made the cut, boss. Or again, teacher had to get him spot in the youth program. No. That the Brazilian took his job. Well, I don't know which one of the youth team teacher Hyde will get, He probably deserve it. So the under 15s already marked, where Coach Andrew Peart is the coach of the U15. He's also one of the assistant coaches of the U17. Vassal Reynolds is the assistant coach for the U17. Meran, is the coach of the under 17 and also one of the assistant coach of the senior reggae boys team. So the under 23, I don't know who is the coach for the under 23. I don't know who will. But I promise you, I want to also get Mr. Wendell Dunswell on this show. He, is one of the technical directors, so to speak. And I don't remember his full title, but he oversees all the youth programs in the country. Very, very big man, So we're going to get him to come give us some updates of how these youth teams or youth programs are run, or how they have been selected, in terms of getting resources and so on. Because I know resources are strapped. One other thing I have a concern about is not too sure if any other team, in the qualifier of the under 17 in our region actually have the opportunity to play international practice game. Not sure. That is a hard thing to find. And Coach Meran spoke about it today, that it's very difficult to get practice games, especially coming from the national under 17 different teams around the world. One thing I'll say too is that we have to basically depending on our hardcore training, our practice matches here on the local side. I think they have gone to play that practice match today. Maybe I'm not sure at this time if I'll be able to get any information on that. But they have played a few Premier League and college and university teams during the camp. So they have gotten some, some decent practice. They have gotten some decent practice. All right, so that is so, people. So as again, still not sure. Hey, yeah, Mr. not easy at all. All right, Mr. I know no man, but as me that tell you, say, me never know the man that run off of the field. What you go answer? In the chat, Mr. Give it to us in the chat. All right, so Gregory Messam again. Sir Sadi, there is more U20s because you mentioned U15, U17, and U23 like you bypass the under 20s. All right. Yes, bypass the under 20. Yes, I bypass them. Not really intentional, but I don't see any under 20 thing coming up anytime soon. Right? As you know that the under 23 normally be the Olympic team. So, in a little while, you're going to have them like a qualifying MSM. So, the U20, I don't even sure, who is the U20 coach. Because one thing, one of the thing is people, and this is another thing that I don't understand how JFF operates. Almost every tournament coming up, you have a different coach for these teams. Who was the last under 17 coach that we have? I doubt it was Miran. So these are the little things that I'm talking about. But hopefully, and what Miran alluded to today, as I mentioned, coaching, is that he actually is putting on a 10-year plan for the under 17s. It not necessarily mean for this set of under 17 boys, but for the program. And if it's a 10-year plan, that means it's expected that Miran will be a part of that development throughout the 10-year. Even if it is not, he may be giving guidance, right? Because I'm sure Miran, man, based on how things are going, and his experience and so on, who knows, maybe you'll just be the technical director for the under 17 or maybe for the youth programs. Because I think Wendell Dunswell position is more than just a developer. A technical director. But we want to get into that early. So thanks very Gregory Messam. Thank you. I bypassed the other 20 and I accept that. So again, we will get more information to see who are those persons in. Donaldson, who is the general from Celebrity Camp? Patrick? Yes, man. That same guy, Patrick. What's his full name, Donaldson? Is it Patrick Hamilton? Yes, Greg was asking if he had made the cut. I have not seen him in the last squad here, so maybe you could give us an insight, and maybe, who knows, maybe the coaches would have given you some information why Patrick, has scratched or has not made it. Let us know what's happening. It's good that we get the full information there. And people, let me tell you the truth. There's some information that we would want. Oh, Patrick Harrison, thank you very much. Thank you for correction. So his full name is Patrick Harrison, people. That little general and that 15-year-old who got previously selected to attend the under 17 camp. All right. So again, it was a long road. When I listened to Coach Miran this evening and he look at how they go around to recruit players, right? Realize that it was a long time. It wasn't a 3-day thing or a 1-week thing. They were doing a lot of recruiting over time, using especially the last schoolboy competitions to fine-tune it, So are again, too much diaspora intention on the under 17. What about the grassroots and ghetto phenomenon? Again, that's another debate. That's another thing that we probably will look into. I strongly believe that these teams really should be for development of the country's football. But remember too, we can't be just think that we can't just have it say the foreigners not to play because you drop out the grassroots man them. Why? Because come when you reach the senior team, many of us looking forward for international ballers, for England base and for US base. I believe if we're gonna look that way, if we're gonna use the international footballers, those persons who are not living and playing in Jamaica, we have to look at them from a tender age. So we monitor them going up and we continue to work with them. So we have a system and a program that they all learned and been using from 15-year-old straight up to 30. But when you take in a 27 or a 30-year-old now from Canada, from the United Kingdom, the United States, from Cameroon, from Nigeria, wherever they come from, it's gonna hard for them to really, fit in with our system. But they just come in just to play a qualifier, and that's not good enough. That's not good enough. They need to get into the system and we have a good football team rolling for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and we can make it back to a senior World Cup. All right. So I understand what you're saying, RR, but trust me, I really believe that if we're gonna look at players, we need to look at them from a tender age as well. All right. Considering the dual citizenship can switch by they reach senior level if better perks forward. Of course. And that goes right across the board. But what I am saying, RR, you see, if you get these people in, trust me, get them to know the national anthem from now. You get them to understand that, listen, what we are about is a development thing. It's for take you to the next level, not just for under 17. You get what I'm saying? And if you get them in that frame of mind from now, it's easier for you to control him than when he reach 19. You get what I'm saying? A lot of things, a lot of problem, And I see it with a lot of national teams, even in this World Cup. They don't know their actual national anthems. Yes, they don't. So if you can get in a 15 or a 16-year-old now, learning the national anthem, learning our culture, getting to love our country, getting to love our football system, getting to love our culture, getting to love everything about Jamaica, I bet you they will stay. They will stay. Sometimes, it is one of my view that I believe that those persons who used to come to Jamaica at 15 and 16, they're not looking to their other national team. They're not looking to US team. They're not looking to the England team. Because they know within themselves that better persons are out there that are better than them. Maybe because they don't have a full English connection or a US connection. We know the thing them, because the youth them go to trials too, Yeah, man, they go to the different trials. So they know. Alright? So get them in from early, and I think it will be better. If we can follow through. Let's say these youth reach the World Cup and do well. The best thing to do is to have them continue going on, right? I know my anthem from primary days. Hello, Hill. Yes, Sam, of course. But enough of us go through school and still don't know the anthem. Guess what we know? We know the beat and we know the line and we know the rhythms. Many of us, because we were so into this matter of being troublesome and giving a lot of trouble, we never take time now to know the words. Many of us, if you ask some people to sing the national anthem, then go and mix up a few of the lines. Yes, man. And that is because of practice. When I am singing, let me give you a drama, people. Whenever I'm having general devotion at school, it's my general devotion, Monday morning or on a Wednesday. Sunday night, I sing the anthem about 3 or 4 times. Or I recite the pledge. because I don't want to make a mistake. I cannot afford to make a mistake with the national pledge or the national anthem. Very good, Messam. You know all the pledge. Oh, yes, man. You have to know these things. And people, no disrespect. I don't say it in any derogatory form, but it's very important. Maybe we can have a sing-off night or a reciting night where we ask people to recite the national anthem, and who do best, we continue or we give them a prize. All right? All right, so some man still don't know the pledge. No, it's a reality. And listen, this is all my job. This is what I am here on earth to do right now. I've been doing this for over 20 years. A lot of persons who think they know and knows they knows not. But because of pride, they will not ask for assistance. People, let me tell you this. I've been there and I've seen where you have to hold people by the neck and say, come, you need this, and give it to them. When you say, you still mix up the pledge. Oh, you're asking Gregory Messam to type it out. No, honestly, we can have a good night. One of these nights, we're going to have a reciting of the national pledge. All right? Yeah, man. And we're just going to go through. No problem. So, Messam, the man who knows it well, I'm going to ask you to... You have to know it, because you sing it all the time. You go play for your reggae boys. And you probably have to sing it in your home to remind yourself of what Jamaica is all about, especially when you're down in Texas. Wow, I tell you, before God and all mankind. And so me stop. All right. Boy. All right. Mister, I'm going to send you a copy of the pledge. All right. Again, Mr. Lee, are you still there? A long time, you know, you're not from Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, remember if you send me something, you know, because we have to big up the Cubans and your bingo that is coming up very soon. So, Mr. Lee, if you're hearing, let we have it so we can start the ball rolling. Please and thanks. Let's go, big man. You are the boss, Mr. Lee. So, push out the flyer for me, no boss, so we can sort it out. All right? Again, people, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for staying the course. We continue with the Saudichress Show as we continue to entertain, educate in the line of sports. As we are on this, I just want to bring you a bit of information. Coming Wednesday, as you know, is education night, and we will have Mr. Jermaine Harris, the principal of the Edwin Allen High School, on show. Mr. Harris will speak on education. He will speak at Edwin Allen. And people, did you know that Edwin Allen is now celebrating, or will be start celebrating, 1 week of activities to celebrate the 59th anniversary of the school. All right, so get that sorted out. They start on Sunday with a church service. All right, you'll hear more about that from Mr. Harris on Wednesday. So please join us Wednesday at 8:30. Let's talk education. All right. Yes, sir, the Messam sing it more than average. Yeah, man, him sing it long. This is true, Messam is a troublemaker. Him sing them thing there to remind himself of who he is and where he's from. I mean, Messam, a great one. Big up yourself. All right, so that's a little much for the youth program that we mentioned there. And Mr. Donaldson, could you give us a little thumbs up or an update of the track program or the track teams that went out on Saturday? Yes, please do so, sir. Because I was told that Edwin Allen and what's it again? Edwin Allen and KC would have dominated the track field on Saturday at GC Foster College. All right. So let me get some information. We talk football, you know, but let's say coming soon, bro. All right, my boss. Let me hear something about it, man. We like to preempt the things, you know, my boss. You don't know. All right. So track and field, a little news on track and field, people. We're national. You hear this, man? National champions Edinalin High School and Kingston College. KC dominated the Douglas Forest Invitational meet at GC Foster in Spanish Town on Saturday. People remember I will be covering a few of these meets too, hopefully. You're saying you only get 3 likes tonight? Alright, people, please hit the like button. I'm seeing 8 right now, Mr. Lee. I'm seeing 8, so we probably could get a few more. I think 8 are the persons who are here. Persons keep going and coming. So, people, remember, hit the like button. It's very important that we like the show. The content, we need to show how much we like the content so we can grow. And we continue to ask you to subscribe. Alright? If you have not done so, share the Saudichress channel so people can come in and subscribe to build our channel, people. We want to continue, and trust me, we are 420 odd subscribers so far, and I'm expecting that we want to push. January, we should see 500 by the end of January. I was expecting to reach 500 subscribers by December. However, we have not met that. We were far of it. We're still away from the 500, but with the help of you people, we should be there. All right, so thank you, Mr. Lee, for looking on. RR Cole, the hot number this year. Wow, I can tell you, boss, you're a real star. All right, so 12 Edinalins 1-2 finishes came in the 800 meters events where the Michael Dyke coach team secured a clean sweep. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. So we continue, right? In class 1, Amai Jameson secured the victory in 2 minutes. All right, 15 and 23 seconds. Oh my God, very good. And again, 15-23 seconds, school ahead of teammate Rashida Sims, 2 minutes 15:83. St. Mary's High School, Sean Walters had a settle for third in 2 minutes 15:84. Well done, girls. Well done, well done. They continue to do their thing, right? Again, in class 2, Rihanna Gale stamped her authority with a decent 2 minutes 18 to beat her teammates. Monique Stewart, 2 minutes 18:78. Yes, and Harissa Love, 2 minutes 25:59. Very good, very good. Hey, I can tell you, no man, this Edinalin thing turn up. I wonder which school will give Edinalin the big challenge this year. Will it be Heidel? Heidel is coming back strong. Heidel is very thirsty for a victory. And when I say a victory, I mean a real championship victory. Good? All right. So, again, yes, so Mr. Donaldson come up with some information here. Thank you very much, Sir Donaldson. Yeah, man, the athletes did well. We won all the 800 meter for girls, and the jumpers did pretty well. One girls 4x4, and the boys were second. Okay. All right, Eric. Looking forward to reason with Sir Harris, of course. I want you all to come out. I'm expecting all the Edinalin faithful to be on the show that night. Try and get our own Dale Tinney Thompson on one of the educational show to highlight the masses from Hard Trust. All right, I want you to share that link with him right away, Brother Gibbs. If you can reach out to him now and tell him to join the show, that would be good. But of course, I will reach out to my brethren Tinney. All right, so Donaldson again, but it's a good look going forward. This weekend will be better as more athletes will be opening their season. All right, where will be the meets for this weekend, sir? Let me know, please. Gregory Sam, before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my strength, mind and strength, and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice. Messam, Come on, man. You start it up and finish it, my boss. All right. So I invite you, Gregory Messam, to call and sing the national anthem. Because I don't have the voice like you, sir. So I know that RR asked you for the pledge. While I can recite it for you, I can't sing it for you. All right. So GC Faster, Central Hurdles and Relay. That's this Saturday. All right. Not sure I'll be able this Saturday. Oh, this Saturday maybe I'll be down there in Mount Pleasant. Again, Messam continues. Justice Messam, me can't read that one. Trust me. People don't read for themselves. Me can't read that one. I won't read this one. Boy, that's not easy. All right, Messam. All right. Behave yourself. All right, so we continue to look at the sports and what we have seen over. We have touched a little of already touched the EPL. Anybody get any information on the scores so far? I don't know. I don't know what was the Mount Pleasant score. All right, let me see this one if I can get. All right, another big up. Come joking if you join the show and stop about big up Saudichress Show. Yeah, man, trust me. All right, still not getting any information on the JPL. I will see how I can. All right, news. Let me see. Oh, okay. So in the late match, Tivoli Edgewater House 1-0. Okay, very good. So Keno Simpson's second goal of the season late in the second half saw Tivoli Guards move up a place up to 11th in the point tables and 10 points, 3 points away from relegation zone. Very interesting. Waterhouse saw their 2-game winning run end and are 9th place on 13 points. So that's the Tivoli game. The Mount Pleasant game, where is that now? We said that Mount Pleasant and Veer played out a 0-0 draw. Sorry. This result means the St. Anne base Mount Pleasant failed to regain the JPL lead, but moved to within a point of leaders Cavalier, who are on 22 points. All right. So again, Tivoli Edgewater House 1-0 in today's the late kickoff earlier tonight encounter. Edgewater House 1-0, and it was 0-0 between Veer United and draw. People, it's my brethren coaching Veer United, and it was Reggae Boys versus Reggae Boys. World Cup players versus World Cup players as it relates to coaching. Rudy Dixon, Rudy Dixon, who is the coach of Veer United, would have gone up against the man they call Tapper, Theodore Whitmore, who is coaching Mount Pleasant. That must have been a sort of tactical or tactical move. No one could be able to throw blows, so it ended 0-0 there. All right, so that's it. Let me just see what is the table like in the JPL. So people, that is the JPL. RR, who asked? Oh, I think it was Mr. Lee who asked about the JPL. So that's it. The last round of game. All right. Lord Ray White, you're on Ronald. I mean, what a go on in the place. Just drop in. Respect, man. Glad you're joining, man. SSL takes her. Hugo Bulls, Jaja. Oh my God. What a story. I am not so informed about that story. What I have learned is that they have, skittle out a part of the man money. But Messam, you can't give information, because I know you're boy bridging, man. You're a big friend that. But brethren, so much money. Why people would do well with a little thing, I not tell no lie. But I hope that things will sort out. It can't continue like that. But let us see. Let us see, people. I have my $90 down there, going to check it if it's gone. Much you have? 90 much dollar? Don't give with part height. How much money you have in a SSL? $90. Yeah, Mr. Me a trick you know. Or 90 mil. Why, trust me. Whole heap of money that man. Big up Sir Gregory Mason from RR. People is sad. It's really sad for people to be taking, person's money without their. That's real. I mean, there's nobody yet been charged, right? I guess based on the situation, it's a big investigation. It doesn't come overnight, but we'll see how it pencils out. All right. Now, as it is, we broke news. News was brought about the sacking of Teacher Hyde. Just a little information coming in. The Chaperton Maroon, as you know, is sitting in 11th spot. Just 3 teams behind them. And you realize that who knows? Who knows what will happen? Is this Brazilian good enough? Will he have enough time to turn this team around? It is of importance that even though results at this time, going through tough times, not too bad or not too dangerous, the fact that they will not be relegated at the end of it. But guess what? It will need to start getting on the winning side of the table. It's very important, And another news that I've heard, and I heard it on social commentary, and I've seen it somewhere else as well, that Teacher Hyde said that he will take the 5 boys that are registered with Chaperton Maroons with him. So while he leaves, he will take the players with him. Where will he take these players to? Will he take them now, and so they will be able to get a transfer to another team in this window? Well, your guess is as good as mine. So let us see. Only Teacher Hyde knows what he will do or what he are prompt to. We don't know. But I will try. I want to get somebody out of the Chaperton Maroon to speak to us, to see if we can get a better understanding and to see where they are going. Give us an update of the club, as it relates to all their moves going forward. All right, I learned that team doesn't short of money any at all. So to get players wouldn't be a problem. Wouldn't be a problem. So Gregory Mesa, is the man thing tall. All right. Are again losing on the wild card now, Tampa. Oh, losing on the wild card now, Tampa. 0 Cowboys. All right, boss. So you got it on football. All right, my brother. You're American. Is that American football? Good. NFL? All right. North Clarendon have buzz. What kind of buzz North Clarendon have, boss? I wonder if North Clarendon will continue to see Chaperton Maroons playing in North Clarendon. I don't know, because I've heard of stories that the Chaperton Maroon boss has acquired land in Maypen to build a mini stadium for his team. So who knows? We might just suffer the same thing like what we suffered with Portmore United when they were hazard leaving from Clarendon to Portmore, and so they have left the parish. Such a sad story when that happened. So let us see what's happening, and we continue to monitor those things and so on. All right. Also, I've learned tonight that there's a new head of the Referees Association in Jamaica, and so later on, maybe on Friday, we'll get more in-depth information on that. So a lot of changes coming in football, a lot of changes overall in sports. All right, Gregory Mason. Yes, sir, RR. You mean you bet against the damn Cowboys. Sir JJ Money working on, on the leather. Steve Massimit. Pressure Sir Prescott. Alright, that he doesn't throw any interception. Alright. You people sound good now on the football thing, man. Learn it. A lot of persons here chat sports well, and I will learn as we go along. Thank you very much, Gregor Messam and RR. Oh, you said the Brazilian coach. Alright. With the RR, I'm hoping and I hope that we'll have a very good turnaround for Chapitan Maroons. Alright, sounds like he's going to get money. Yes, Lee, that is true. Who down the Rene Simoes? Eh? Who down there? Rene Simoes? Down where? No. Claudius Olivier. That's the name? Alright, we'll soon get that information for you. Sir Spy. So not Rene. Rene don't know the coaching, you know. What Rene is doing now, Mr. My friend? Where am I doing now? Gone back to him original job? Alright. Messam, let me not read it right, Messam. Alright, let me go back to that last one that you wrote. You mean that you bet against... Listen to me, I can't read everything, boss. Some words me have to leave out based on certain situation. You understand what I say? So me allow the readers, the viewers to read some of it. I hope you understand what I'm saying, Messam. If that's not the case, just let me know. But if you want me to go on my bed, you're a star, you know. You know, me just shut down and go on. I joke me and me. People, that's Messam. Big troublemaker. Alright. So, on the matter of sports in general, we are on the ball. Remember to join us on Wednesday. We will be featuring Edunalin and their 59th year in existence, their celebration. And so PIBA would like to play a part in that as well, I'm sure. And also all the other Edunalin faithful. All the other Edunalin faithful, you will join the Edunalin team. Not football team, but school leaders, teachers, and so on in their celebration. Alright? Alright, my friend, are you sure wrong, Messam friend? Listen me no man. Which one of your friend you thought, Messam? RR? Okay, so again, we spoke earlier about cricket. We also spoke about track and field. We spoke on football for the longest time. And so we really thank you very much for staying the course. I'm not seeing Gibbs for a little while now. Yes, Gregory, the Oliveira that coached me at Reggae Boy after Rene. The same one, boss. That same one. The Oliveira. He's coming to the Chapelton Maroons. Alright? He was here earlier. You know, he was here watching a few games of the Chapelton Maroon. And to see what they have to offer. But I don't know, you know, there's one research I need to find. I need to find out about what would you say now? The sort of salary packages that, these coaches earn. And not like I want to dip into people's business, but when you look at, a local club can actually employ a club from overseas, knowing our currency and the value of our currency. That begs for me to ask a lot of questions. All right? So I mentioned earlier that the Sunshine Girls, beat England in a nail-biting game, 61-58, game. And that was in London, in the Copper Box Arena. And so I guess the game now, or the tournament is tied on 1-1. So they keep that thing alive. All right. So Sunshine Girls doing well. Hope they can continue to do well. Because you know that the Commonwealth game is what it is. And Jamaica always do their part. England, New Zealand, Australia, those are the powerhouses in the Commonwealth. Those are the powerhouses in the world of netball. So Jamaica is still there. Is either we fourth, we third, or we second. We have not won the big title yet, but trust me, people, we are on it. We are on it. So big up yourself to the Sunshine. Big up the Sunshine Girls. Load up on the things, I mean. All right, people, we are coming to the end. We are now gone 2 hours on this show. I promise you it would not have been a very long one, but you kept me here. You have the vibes, and so we continue as long as you want to be there. At least we get some more hours on the show. That's a big move to Chapelton, man. Serious. Yes, it's a big move, but it comes with a lot of what I say, a lot of responsibility, not just on the coach part, but on the management of the team part. Are you serious enough to go and get players in this window who will suit the coach? Because the coach can't select no player. Somebody will have to. Somebody, by virtue of who know players in and around the country, will have to make that selection. Not the coach. The coach wouldn't know the players in here. Am I right? Unless they have a system where they have a pool of players, a lot of videos where they can show to the coach. If the coach says need defenders, midfielders, or forward, then you'll have those things. Well, this is where we're at. I think the games have been very analytic with technology now, so maybe it's not a problem. But we'll see what happens. I hope we can get some real information from the Chapelton Maroon people. Yes. Remember Sam. But give your joke on that one. One of my compatriots of Piba asked the question, why celebrity coach didn't apply for the job after the dismissal of Sir Lenny? You have to ask celebrity coach that, Mr. You have to ask him that. Who knows, maybe he applied. Or maybe it's a situation. I don't think he applied either because it wasn't a post that was advertised. They actually do get in touch and also get this man, I think Oliveira was here before they fired Lenny. So the decision was made before. Is it a different tournament? Sunshine Girls think England won 2-1. Probably missed that you said. Yes, what did I say now? England actually won the final game. Yes, they won the final game. Thank you very much. But they had pulled off a 1-1. This news I was taking is over the weekend news. So I think the final was played. Was it yesterday or today? But we'll find out. Okay. So England won the first game. The Sunshine Girls tied. And that was the news that I brought. So yes, England taking a 2-1 lead. Thank you very much, Mr. Donaldson. Keep me on track. You see what I tell you, man? If you don't participate, the show can't go on. You get what I say? Respect. Can Oliveira carry Brazil players to the team? Yes, Yeah, man, you have players can come in. But again, the issue of transfer and contractual agreement, work permit and all of that will have to come into play. All right? Remember, over time, you used to have clubs who have players from different countries come in and play for them. More so from the Caribbean. But I think it can happen. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Hopefully next week, early next week, we can get somebody from the Chapelton Maroons to come on here to give us some needed information on that one. So unless it's Yes, I'm going to retire. Meridian is the right answer. So, unless it's one retiring players who want some sunshine and that what in Brazil, sir. So we can't get no young fresh player, Miss Sam. Seriously? You think I'm a retired player we can get to come to Jamaica? No, man, with the money we Chapitan Maroons have, man, they can't get it. The money with me here, the Chapitan Maroons team have, they can get that respite. Trust me on that, no doubt. Why? Easy, why? LOL, still big move for a Chapitan. So you say all we need to go down a Chapitan go watch a Brazilian coach, right? Yes. And also to watch who they will get in. Or if Lenny will change his mind and leave the players to play football and to see the Chapitan Maroon of North Clarendon, which we all support, will grow. People, it's very funny, you know. It's very, very funny because, you know, when you look at these things, it's a difficult take. You know, these boys from Chapitan Maroons, who also played for Clarendon College, they are the ones who actually brought this team to this level. They are the ones who played in the qualifiers. However, things are not going so bright. These boys were playing schoolboy football, so they couldn't represent at the same time. Now they are in and out. Takes time again to gel with those who were the. Hey, listen, man, it's a big thing. So let's see what happens. But for the good of the cause, and you know, for the good of football, I hope that they will stay and be able to gel and to improve as we go along. All right. So, Compre team need to camp at CC. You can arrange that, you know. But why though? Why should Compre camp at CC? Big and serious. Answer that. Alright. In reality, every 2 weeks, Compre need to play practice match with CC. You know, I don't think both teams will agree to that. They probably will play once for the season, maybe in a tournament. But the fact that, the rivalry and the closest, they won't play together. I can tell you that. As a coach, I don't think I'll play every 2 weeks. Maybe once for the pre-season I will do it, but not every day. Not every 2 weeks. All right. Well, maybe the Dutch Father Blacks is their recruiter. Just learned this today. Can we get Father Blacks on the show, Miss Sam? Call him right now for me, no, please. Call him right now. I wonder if he will take my call, man. I love Father Blacks, so that's why I call him. CC have the winning formula. Yes, they do have the winning formula. They do have. But, I mean, you don't have to play them. You don't have to camp with them. We have seen them. We need to develop that sort of thing. And let me tell you something, regardless of what, all of us know what Lenny do, One of the big things about it is to have a set of players playing for 2 and 3 years. Trust me. That's one of the best things. And having them from year one playing a type of football and they continue to play that. They have good technical skills, yes, individually, so that help them to boost the sort of training or the training pattern that you want. Anything you want to do well, you just have to do it every day. Practice, practice, practice. That is what you get good results from. We all know when you're going to school, if you don't practice a particular subject area, if you don't practice maths, technical jargon and all those things, you don't do well. You have to practice. So that's what I'm saying. So that's my take. All right. Again, I want to big up our sponsors one more time. So as we go, we know that PIBA, the Past Edwin Ballers Association, was our main sponsor. And I hope they continue in a better way for the 2023 Saudichress Show. Big up yourself, PIBA, and all the PIBA members. Well done, well done. Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System Deja Vu Richer Party, Dallas Fine Cut Barbering, Taste of the Island Restaurant, Solid Rock Black Factory, VIP Services, Gregory Messam, Basil Conway Gill, yes, Satisfaction and Entertainment with Electronics. Big up on yourself everywhere. Juki's Shipping. Big up yourself, Juki, because you don't know. Man a yard. The man called Michael Latti coming out of Bronx. Big up yourself all the way, my boss. Alright, so those are some of our sponsors, and we hope that they will grow throughout this year and be better for business for themselves and also for the Saudichress Show. Wonder if Lenny would give us a lending hand for a year before retire. It would take more than a year because him can't just carry in players we want, right? Can't just carry in players. Gregory Messam, shout him right away, Sir RR. Compre have a formula, but it's 44D cough syrup. Cough syrup. Ah, boy. Man, you have to roll Messam. You know you have to roll laugh RR. Trust me. Up top, Greg Messam. Alright, so people, thank you very much. We are coming to the end of the show, and I want to thank you very much for staying with us, the tune, for staying with us for the best 2 hours and 11 minutes. So I want to say thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for staying. Thank you very much for participating. And don't forget that this Saudichress Show is the one that brings you sports, entertainment, and education. Please remember, people, share and like this. Again, on Wednesday, we'll be having the principal of the Edunalin High School, Mr. Jermaine Harris. He'll be talking education. More so, he'll be give us an insight of what the 59th celebration of anniversary, or the 59th anniversary celebration, will be like going forward for Edunalin. Again, so join us on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. sharp. Please share with your friends and family, more so the Edunalin. I urge all PIBA members to come out. Let this one be the big show of the early 2023, people. Thank you again. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying. And God be with you. God bless. Thank you very, very much. Big up yourself, Mr. Messam, and end your show with a prayer. Thank you. Go pray, Messam. You do the prayer. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, God, for keeping us alive and throughout the season. Again, may God bless you